Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Quentin here and welcome to tutorial number 18. And in this tutorial I am going to talk to you guys about two HTML elements that are made to be used specifically with CSS, okay? And these tags are the div and span tags. Now, unlike any other HTML elements that you may have worked with before, these two tags don't actually change the content in any way at all. So if I were to make use of a div element real quick, I go ahead and I open up my div tag over here and I'll go close it down here, and you'll see any content that I put inside this div tag won't actually change unless I use CSS to change this tag for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and just put in heading 2 and ending heading 2, and in the heading we can go ahead and say apples are good, and then I'll go to the new line and make a paragraph, and in this paragraph we'll just say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. If you didn't see that coming, then wow, okay, cool. So now we've got just a normal header and a normal paragraph, and if I go ahead and run this in Firefox, you can see that it displays as a normal heading 2 and a normal paragraph. So having these two tags inside of a div tag didn't change the way that they display at all. Okay, and again, if I go ahead and I give you the same example with a span tag, you'll see that the span tag isn't going to change the word at all either. So I'm going to go ahead and just surround this word apple with span tags, and if I go back now and refresh, again we don't have any change whatsoever to the word apple. Okay, so like I said, these tags by themselves do absolutely nothing, but with CSS we can go ahead and actually change those tags to make our website look pretty, or just change the display of something on our website. So let's go ahead and style our div tag, and we can go ahead and give that a border of 1 pixel, solid and red, and I want to give this a background color as well, so a background color of yellow, and I'm going to give this a width of 250 pixels just so that we can see the actual block a little bit better. And then I'm going to go ahead and give this style my span tag now, sorry, and I'll set that equal to a color of maybe green, so the text will be green. And then we'll go ahead and use text decoration, which is a property. If you want to underline your text, you can go ahead and use text decoration. So underline, and that should make our word appear underlined. Okay. Now before we go back to Firefox and click refresh, I just want to mention to you guys, or explain to you guys, why I wrote my tags out like this, like why div is like a block, and then the span tag I left as an inline thing. So I went ahead and I just wrote span and ending span in the same line. And the reason for that is because a div tag is actually a block element. So I like to write my tags the same way that they would display in the browser. And a div tag is a block level element. So that means that if I were to make another div tag on my page, then we'd basically have two blocks, and these blocks would obviously contain whatever content is inside of the block. Okay, so basically a div is a big block that we can put on our page, whereas a span tag is actually an inline element. So that means that this tag isn't going to break down to a new line, it's not going to display as a block or anything like that. It's just going to change the content inside of the two tags, or in between the tags, but it's not going to actually do anything else. Whereas if I were to put the div tag maybe around the word day, then day would be in its own block. So we'd actually land up having an apple then we'd start our new block, which means that this word day would be on a new line, and then the block would end after day, and then we'd have another line, a new line that says keeps the doctor away. So go ahead and just experiment with it yourself if you guys don't know what I'm saying, but basically a div tag is a block level element, so it's going to break to a new line, whereas a span tag is an inline element, so it's not going to break to a new line. Okay, so let's go back here now and click refresh, and we'll get our styling appear. Okay, or appearing. Okay, so now we've got our block over here, and as you can see, we've got a border of 1 pixel red, and we've got a background color that's yellow. So that's our div tag done. Also, the width is 250, which is actually quite convenient because it fits the content very nicely. And then we've gone ahead and we've in our span tag just turned all the text green and underlined any text in our span tag. So that's basically how you use your div and span tags. Like you'll use your div to make a big block on the page, and a span tag just to change some words in a sentence. Okay, and that's actually all I wanted to show you guys in this tutorial. So don't forget to subscribe. Please feel free to leave a comment, like, or share the video. It's really going to help my channel grow, and I will see you guys next time.